Well, as India fights the scourge of COVID, one of the forces which is doing absolutely tremendous work is the Indian Navy. They are very much having a lifeline as far as the provision of oxygen is concerned. Many warships are out on both sides of the peninsula to bring back, in many cases, tankers loaded with oxygen. Remember, those can't be flown across the country. They can only be taken by ship and put onto trains if they aren't on highways. Well, to talk a little bit about what the Navy is doing at this juncture and the importance of the work they're doing, we're joined by the Navy's Flag Officer commanding Eastern Fleet, Rear Admiral Tarun Sopti. Admiral, thanks very much for being with us. Sir, we've seen the Navy being deployed now for quite some time. Could you give us an idea of the scale of operations as you bring in oxygen and so many other supplies?
So I would say as on date, we have 9 ships deployed both on the east coast as well as on the west coast. On the east coast, we have the large carrying capacity ships, INS Airavat and INS Jalashwa, which can really carry a lot of quantity of aid. And besides that, on the west coast, we have 6 ships from the Western Fleet and one more ship, INS Shardul, similar to INS Airavat, which is again a large carrying capacity ship. So 9 ships deployed as on date so far, with the capability of increasing as required.
And Admiral, it's very important that a lot of the ships that you're operating now bring in tanks which are loaded with oxygen. That's not transportable by air. So that actually helps a great deal because we need oxygen now, medical oxygen.
It does. To an extent, we are dependent on what is being supplied from the countries from where we are picking up the oxygen tankers. So I would say what Airavat has brought in today has been essentially empty tankers, because that is also required for the logistic support as far as distribution of oxygen within the country is concerned. But I understand from the West Asian countries, Kuwait, Doha, Bahrain, the tankers that are coming in are filled oxygen tankers so that they can be immediately given for distribution of oxygen to wherever it is required.
And sir, could you tell us a little bit about the pace of operational deployment, because these ships are almost constantly deployed for this purpose of bringing in oxygen. Could you give us an idea of the tempo of operations in this entire operation on both sides of the peninsula?
I would say a very large number of ships are always ready, either already deployed or in harbour. So it's very easy for us. That's what the Navy is all about. Very easy for us to deploy very quickly, and which is what we did. Ships that were already out of Mumbai and close to the Middle East deployed immediately within a day or two, and they were in harbour. And from here, from Visakhapatnam, we sent off INS Airavat on the 24th of April and followed by Jalashwa on a day later on 25th. And they reached their destinations in Southeast Asian countries. Airavat, for example, picked up supplies from Singapore and is back today, this morning.
And Admiral, it's not just ships out on the seas. The Navy is also setting up hospitals. There's also a lot of help ashore for this, as India fights this scourge.
Actually, we've offered whatever help that we can. We are a large organization. We are well equipped. We are well organized, I would say. And if I was to talk about Visakhapatnam and around the area, we have set up COVID care centers, 200 bedded within the naval dockyard at Visakhapatnam, 150 bedded at INS Exila, another 50 bed at INS Kalinga, 150 beds at INS Chilka. So that is one. Second is sending medical personnel. Nearly 200 personnel and increasing have gone to the COVID hospital set up by DRDO at Ahmedabad, which is the PM Cares Hospital Dhanvantri. And therefore, we are contributing in whichever way we can, not just picking up medical supplies, but also offering whatever help is required by the district administration. It could also be running their oxygen plants, doing firefighting, fire aid on the oxygen plants.
Admiral, while you try and bring oxygen and other supplies and hospitals and everything you just mentioned, you're also operationally deployed, because the primary role of the Navy is, of course, to guard our maritime frontier. So tell us about how you're doing both at the same time.
I think we have the capacity. In fact, I'm confident we have the capacity. Yes, we are operationally deployed, be it on the East Coast or on the Western Sea front, on the Eastern Sea front. And we are certainly deployed with a large number of assets for the picking up medical supplies from different countries, where we can scale up both at the supply end as contributing towards the national effort, and we certainly have not let our guard down as far as defending the maritime interests of the country are concerned. I still have ships available and assets available should I need to deploy on either of the contingencies.
All right, and Admiral, just a final question. Give us an idea of the morale of the officers and men and women who are involved in so many aspects of these operations, whether they're out at sea or they are ashore at this stage. I mean, we are facing a real crisis. This is a war. Tell us about their morale.
I would say as far as the assistance that is required for the national effort for COVID, they're really charged up. They're charged up because we have always promoted the concept that they have to serve for a higher ideal. And today they are being able to do just that. They're able to serve the national cause. And I think this gives them a lot of motivation. They really pride that they feel in being able to contribute and help their countrymen is immense. So they're ready to go wherever we deploy them and whenever we deploy them.
All right, Admiral, thank you so much for joining us and telling us about what the Navy is doing at this hour.